side if they want to. Now the midfield three will look to win the ball back as quickly as possible and then get forward, but Ocampos and Rossi underneath Kuipers up front. The key is their transition game. Monterrey want to turn defensive recoveries into chances before opponents can even recognize what's going on. Alright, so some familiar faces for long-time MLS watchers and some big stars for fans of the Mexican national team. Diego Rossi, he knows what it's like to play against Miami in big games. A star for Columbus the past several years before that LAFC. And this kid, what a moment, 21-year-old Lorenz Delinois from Miami's academy with Inter Miami 2 has played just one game this year for Inter Miami 2. Now is presented by Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. Inter Miami could yet break the single-season points record in MLS. The top scorers in this league lost just twice here at home. In contrast, Philly, when they went 10 without a win to put their season in real jeopardy, they've won just 7 times, and 3 of those are in the last 4. Well, the team news is dominated by, of course, one figure, the return of Lionel Messi. Over 100 days since he last played in a Miami shirt, but number 10 is back tonight.
And it means a return in shape with Messi back in the team as Miami may return to a back four with Busquets going from the middle of that three to pushing in midfield alongside Redondo. Those two can hold. It allows Messi to roam around up front, and there's so much movement between Gressel and in particular Gomez and Suarez, who have formed a great partnership.
47-year-old Ukrainian Sergei Boyko is in charge tonight. He refereed Miami's 2-1 win over Columbus here in June. He leads the team of officials on site at Chase Stadium. Arlington, Texas. We're calling it Barlington these days. Sorin Stoica leads the ballroom. What about the visitors then? Philadelphia Union. Well, hit with a huge blow ahead of this one. Goalkeeper Andre Blake is injured, so teenager Andrew Rick makes just a 5th start in MLS.
That's a tall task for the teenager. 4 starts this season, 1 clean sheet. He needs support in front of him with Glesnes and Elliott. They have the experience. Can they get a handle on Suarez, who they faced for the first time? Flack started at the base of the time, and last time against Inter Miami needs to stay connected to the center backs.
Well, it's been a week where Argentines dominated the soccer news cycle in the US. For once, it wasn't Lionel Messi, but it is tonight. Normal service resumed. Messi's back in a Miami shirt, and Miami looking to move closer to the supporters' shield. Away we go.
Biggest test of the season for the Philadelphia Union, and for them in Jim Curtin.
Gomez scored a wonderful goal for Paraguay against Brazil. He's been prepared for every situation. In recent games, Gomez retreating to the left-hand side. Jamaica, 18-year-old Nicola Messi, finds space, and on the shot, deflected behind, through his way towards the penalty area. Suarez, who goes around here in fine form, wins the free kick. Dangerous area, right on the edge of the box. With Miami trailing, and doesn't beat the confident front three, as we can see. And Barrigo into the box, and it's laid off for Sullivan to hit it wide. And Philadelphia 14-15 for him training this week due to illness. Left up for Messi, lovely turn, great finish, welcome back. Oh, they've missed you. But the absence just makes the Miami Hearts grow fonder.
And it's all about Inter Miami just breaking through. That diamond in midfield, that breaks down when Alba steps in. And a quick little around the corner from Suarez. And isn't this Messi at his best? When he shows up to Suarez, the understanding where his number 10 is. But there, Messi, that shot, that has become vintage Lionel Messi. He sucks you in, Wagner. He bites. He thinks Messi's going for that far corner. That strike on the first attempt, but he cuts it. And then he's got a cutting edge to be available for him. Players who went out on...
Form could continue as well, but again they've got bodies around it. He does get action. It is Pele's real derby match.
has already gone out injured as this ball's launched over the top looking. Instructions he had for Redondo to carry out. He made his way up to the other end of the field, blocked by Harriel. They got options, they were trying through Bariba. Hashtag went for the pass, another opportunity, Bariba. Alan goes with Julian Gressel actually scored. There's one goal of the city, still pretty high humidity, a thunderstorm early in New York, and we're trying to do so again here, and he has! Philadelphia score with barely 60 seconds on the clock, and a night that was all about the return. The Tata Martino's men of Lionel Messi sees the Dane stun them at Chase Stadium, and Philadelphia lead. And right away, you're seeing that aggressiveness from Jim Curtin. This is a front three that have been flying right now for the Philadelphia Union. In good form and confident. And it starts with the pressing. As that ball looks to go forward into Miami, it's the ball that comes back, and then it's a poor header for confidence. There's the cross. Deep away from the back line and find a bit of space. How are they going to play forward? So many included. A certain Diego Gomez. It's taking that lead in 60 seconds. Reagan down the line, ultimately chipped in. This is played through by Suarez at Florida as the throw comes in from another Floridian in trying to get to the 60-point mark. This is Suarez trying to get on the end. Weigand's run. The cross is a good one. There's another who would make the Philadelphia free kick. Locked it in here. And it's the Israeli international Baribo. He goes from this. Maybe we'll see him for 20 minutes. Maybe he'll get half an hour. Sullivan, he'll be part of it for sure. Quinn Sullivan building up as this is crossed into the box, and there he is again! Oh, yes! No one makes a difference quite like Messi, and Miami turned this game around 2-1 on his return. A brace for Lionel Messi. Well, he takes this team from being excellent to extraordinary, and it all starts Messi. He's the first one to get a touch on the ball, and he sends it wide. As the ball goes wide, and Messi's popping up, he comes off of Jack Elliott. Elliott, he drops just a little bit too deep. And as Messi has gone to show, he just needs a sniff. He just needs half a yard to get into. That is one that Rick will want back as well. It's within his length. He gets a touch on it. It's not right in the corner, but it comes on him pretty quickly. It's ruthless. Getting back to what was causing Inter Miami problems at the start. He's already on a hat-trick. He leaves it for Redondo, and via a set of deflections, which gets a little bit short. Bariba turn it back in. He tries to lay it back. He didn't realise Albert stood off in Wagner's corner. Near post, cleared away. Russell ghosting into the box. Suarez could save Rick. Low to his left and turns it behind for a corner. That's a terrific save from the teenager. Great ball all the way across to his left. Suarez is somehow found up. He said sadly, yes. Jose Martinez was at different stages. Corner swung very deep. They were up at the back for Miami. They're coming home, they're saying. Right now, this is coach. This is Messi trying to weave his way towards. Looks wide. Suarez! Great finish! If not Messi, then Suarez. 17 for the season for Luis Suarez, and Miami open up the gap. It's a 3-1 lead approaching half-time. And those two are just tearing Philadelphia Union apart. As soon as they're getting on the ball, Philadelphia Union, the defense, they just retreat. They're worried about the threat those two can pose. As Messi, he's just staying central. Now quickly he gets himself back on side, right in between the centre-backs. He almost surprises them. But then this is Suarez. The fence is too deep. Sitting off. Messi has time to scan and see around. It's a deflection. Should come off of Ariel.
There is a check right now for a possible offside in the build-up to the goal, so the celebration's going on.
Now that
goes on the
this is what Jim Curtin told us.
Now here's another chance for a second up. That's a foul.
Different story.
Alba.
Prince, the stadium side have when he's in between the pipes.
He's on a hat-trick, remember, and here goes Lionel Messi. Oh, and Elliott has just taken him out, and will go into the book for that. And he will also sit out Philadelphia's next game away in New York in midweek. Yet to have an MLS hat-trick, and that's off the... Good ball. Oh, and an errant bounces down. Harold trying to get on the end of it as well, and on the night, the 9 men winning it. Block turned into a scrum in the corner. And then the header is all away from the game. He's just become a father. He likes to write poetry for 10:30. Here's the ball in the box, and it's over the top against Weigans. Pass him. Good ball in, and a Denerin was arriving, and the header goes over the top.
Sullivan is having himself a second half, getting his crosses off. What a great bit of skill. He's moved over to this left-hand side, a little dip, and he's left Weigand in the dust, and he puts it right there for a Denerin. Could be scoring his face.
Lays it off, gets the return from Alba, tries to get the other side. As here come Miami, it's laid off for Messi, in for Alba.
Last season, thought that was a really big signing for Philadelphia to get him.
Surely he can't do it to this last touch. He sets up Suarez! He'll finish it instead! Magical stuff! Floors Philly! Right at the death! Messi, 2 goals, now an assist, and Suarez adds to his own goal tally. 17 for the season for the Uruguayan. 3 points into Miami.
And they finally put the sword in the Philadelphia unit. How often have we seen this? Alba to Messi. Great ball out of Messi. He's just looking for that little shimmy, trying to create space instead of creating space for himself. Forces all the attention towards him, and Suarez, he just sets himself up, gets his body ready. He knows that Messi is just getting everybody to converge towards him, and then releases it the right way to pass.
Ms. Weigand and Suarez made that very deliberate, not quite in desperate proportions of their season, are looking for something, and they might get to looking to find Alba again. He might be in an offside position to have a Denerin turning, and that shot blocked
Down a little bit, certainly in the first half, but
it's where people would come and go for spells. They would lose the likes of Messi here. He sets the Jets off, and so for the equaliser. Now like trying to get Uribe out of that pass. The cross in deep for Denerin. Support coming from Sullivan. Messi losing Gazdag, then he's got to tap it. Instead, it's just like a good portion of play for Philadelphia. Can they do something though? Elliott goes for the... Elliott's there in front of Gomez. Trailing by 1. It's Quinn Sullivan. And it's his shot. Tried to turn inside. And then he had a man arriving as well in Gatsby. Suarez in the middle. Messi hovering on the edge of the box as well.
And the young players earning that respect
From those penalty area. And they look for Harriel. He's away. Out comes Andrew Rick to make the clearance. Again. They're trying to play. Still won't come down, and they're still...
it's for moments like that.
Martini for the equaliser in the second half. Gazdag chasing this. Canada tonight. Busquets out. Aviles out. Martinez potential.
Y se la da en el cierre para que se amate hacia la derecha y defina con la menos hábil. Leo Messi dice que está ganando el Inter. llevándola de nuevo hacia el medio para Suárez. Impresionante, impecable, enganchando de derecha, cruzada Messi para poner el partido 2-0 en el